United Nations Security Council has approved another round of sanctions against Iran over its suspect uranium enrichment program. The resolution bans Iran from developing ballistic missiles, halts Iranian investment in uranium mining, and bars the nation from buying heavy military hardware. But the new sanctions may not deter Iran from continuing its nuclear development activities. Up to the Minute's Frank Ucciardo sat down with Iran's UN envoy for this exclusive interview.
Please raise their hand.
The Security Council vote to increase sanctions on Iran over its suspect uranium enrichment program was not unanimous.
12 votes in favor, 2 votes against, 1 abstention.
Brazil and Turkey, who recently announced a uranium fuel swap agreement with Iran, voted against the resolution, while Lebanon abstained. The U.S. and its European allies sponsored the resolution.
Despite consistent and long-standing demands by the international community, Iran has not suspended its uranium enrichment and other proliferation-related activities.
It's our absolute right, and we will not definitely not compromise that right.
Well, President Obama has said that the new sanctions that have been imposed on your country do not close the door on diplomacy, but your leader seems to think that imposing these sanctions will.
The point is that when you cannot put a sword above the head of somebody and then ask him to negotiate and cooperate.
Key elements of the UN Security Council resolution include sanctions that would bar Iran from engaging in any activities related to ballistic missiles or missiles that can carry nuclear warheads. The measure goes further to ban Iran from buying heavy weapons, including attack helicopters. A lot of Western nations contend that by ratcheting up the sanctions, they would force Iran to come back to the negotiating table and stop its enrichment program. Several rounds of sanctions here have not achieved that goal.
And this one is not going to have any impact on Iranian decision what to do.
Regarding
the nuclear program.
Under the Nuclear Non-Proliferation Treaty, you have certain obligations to the International Atomic Energy Agency. And the agency made statements yesterday saying that they're not satisfied that you have convinced them that your program is strictly for peaceful purposes. How do you respond to that?
Have they been able to prove otherwise, that Iranian nuclear program has had any diversion from the peaceful purposes?
Basically, you're saying is Iran will not build an atomic bomb. Can you say that directly?
Definitely. Even from the religious point of view, from the constitutional point of view, from the military point of view, we do not believe that having a nuclear bomb is going to help Iran, is going to empower Iran.
And what about the possibility of Israel attacking Iran's nuclear facilities?
I don't think it would be wise for Israelis to think about attacking Iran, because the consequence would be unbearable for them and whoever is going to help them.
Iran has already taken steps to shield itself from the financial sanctions by making new oil and gas deals with China and Venezuela. So it remains to be seen whether or not the sanctions will have the intended effect of punishing Iran and stopping its nuclear enrichment program. Frank Ucciardo for CBS News, New York.